Welcome to Defying Dice, a weekly D&D podcast where me and my friends play Dungeons & Dragons. Our 8th episode starts with our party heading out of Mosswood, their starting town, in pursuit of Clayton Shade, a member of the Thieves Guild who killed one of their party members and one of their friends back in their town. But before we get into it, I want to thank you all for listening to our humble little podcast. It means a lot to us and we appreciate it. If you want to get a hold of us or let us know anything about the show, you can tweet at us at Defying Dice or on our page on Facebook. We also have a YouTube channel now set up, Defying Dice on YouTube. Just search it there and you can find it. And that's where all the episodes are also being uploaded to, just as audio. There's no video as of yet, but that might happen eventually. But without any further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the next episode. So, last time when we left off, as our very reduced group of adventurers, Alexander and Gilbert, headed out with Current, their paladin friend, off to chase down Clayton Shade, a nefarious member of the Thieves Guild that burned down their starting town's inn and killed some of their friends in their party, as well as the bartender in the inn itself. They lost their Goliath friend to help out with the village as they, after the tree collapsed, fended off a mob attack, managing to talk them down and help them rebuild their village. They spent a day there making sure everyone was okay, getting them set up with an economy, and Vegamin set out with a wagon to help set up a trade route for them. You guys then headed out the next morning as Vegamin took off. You guys started making your way down the trail to Farren. As you were leaving, the townsfolk gave you some advice about the trail. Kern told you as well that it'll take you about 2 to 3 weeks of straight, fast travel to get to Farren. So it's quite a long journey for you guys, and it is dangerous. There is creatures, it's uninhabited, weather can be a problem. In the swamp, when it rains, which the townsfolk were seeing, it seemed like it would rain within the next few days, that it can take its toll as you guys are traveling. So you guys, with all this knowledge, decide to head out. You don't have any horses, you just have what's on your back, and you guys head out in the swamp with Current following along with you. So, on the trail, is there anything you guys want to do or talk about or keep an eye out for as you were traveling down the mossy swamp trail?
Probably keep an eye out for, if there's any creatures or, bandits or something that's going to, jump out and try to attack us.
Okay, so you want to be in the lead making perception checks?
Probably.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Gilbert?
Gilbert's passive perception is 15.
15? Okay.
Mine's 11. So
11.
He'd probably be better in front.
Okay. So how fast do you guys want to move? Because the faster you move, the easier it is for you to be less aware of your surroundings as you're moving.
I don't know,
I'm going at a steady...
Just like a normal pace?
Like a walking...
Or do you want to be stealthy, or what do you want to do?
A heavy walking pace,
Okay, so normal pace?
Yeah.
Not trying to be quiet down the trail?
Probably not as much. Just a general walk.
Okay,
not
just normal?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's...
5 kilometers per hour sort of thing. Regular walking speed.
Yeah, about every hour you can get about 3 miles going at normal pace. And every day about 24 miles.
Yeah, that's about what human is possible.
Yep.
For a
gnome, it's a little bit fast, but
yeah,
you gotta kind of run, but
Well, I can hop from lily pad to lily pad because I'm 30 pounds, 35 pounds actually. I'm fat.
Okay.
Being a fat little gnome.
Yeah.
So as you guys set out in the morning, early around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, you guys continue down the trail, and it very similar. You guys came in from the north. When you originally came by off a very old trail. This is the main trail that leads to the main city. So it is a little bit wider, a little bit more taken care of, measurably. There is still quite a bit of mud, trees that have fallen over, lots of different brush and wet spots that you guys have just navigating through, trying to keep your boots not too soaked. About halfway into the day, you can notice through the heavy canopy of trees, the sunlight starts to go dim, and clouds, and the subtle cracks of thunder and flashes of lightning through the area. Within the next half hour, a heavy rainfall starts proceeding down through the area, making it very hard to see and quite loud as you guys are walking through with this rain just pouring down through. It's very, very cold as you continue on. And it's about midday.
I'm gonna stop and get a nice little covered area and cook up some food for lunch. If it's about noon.
Sounds good to me.
Try and get out of this rain for a little bit and see if it'll pass.
Yeah. Find some foliage to hide underneath.
So you guys find there's a few trees, a few small ferns and stuff like that. They come down. The rain is very, very heavy, creating it very dark, dense. Your visibility is only out 20, 30 feet. And you guys hide under some boughs of a branch, try and start a fire. Who wants to do that?
I'll use my cantrip of produce flame to light a fire.
Okay, so you get some stones and sticks around, and you manage to just speak a few words and light a nice fire. And it keeps you warm for a bit. You guys are staying dry and warm. What are you guys having for lunch?
I'm gonna go looking for something.
Okay, make a survival check.
Look for an animal. That would be a D20. Nature check. That would be an 11 in total.
11 total. In the swamp, there's quite a few different animals there. You find a bunch of bugs. You see a few snakes and some frogs. You do see one small little rabbit out a little further away from you. There's not too much for large animals, but there's a few smaller things.
I'll kill a few snakes.
Are you gonna go for the snakes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you would be able to do that. You just walk around as you go, and knowing animals, you lure them close, and you manage to get probably, let's see, you get about 5 snakes as you quickly manage to pick them up, and you bring them back to the camp.
Is there a way that I can check if they're like poisonous snakes if you eat
Sure
them?
can. Make a nature check.
Okay. Nature. 19 total.
19.
Nice.
All the snakes that he brought seem to be very small, almost gardener type, but longer, about 2 or 3 feet long and about 2 inches in diameter. Fairly meaty, mostly feeding on small insects and small animal, like little toads and stuff like that. They feed more on those, and from what you can tell, they don't really have much of a venom. They more coil around and then bite.
So, generally safe to eat,
Yeah.
would you say?
I would say. Because I'm
Sure.
not sure if these snakes are any similar to regular snakes,
I mean-
but there's glands that produce poison. The poison's not in the bloodstream.
You haven't eaten one, so you don't know.
So I'm going to eat one.
Okay.
After we cook it, of course.
Okay, so what are you doing to cook it?
What am I doing to cook it?
Yeah, I mean, you brought back these 5 snakes just hanging there. What are you doing?
Coil the meat on a stick, sort of like a shish kebab sort of scenario.
Okay.
And hold them up over the fire so they can cook.
All right, nice. So you guys wrap these snakes around it and spit roast these snakes like a shish kebab. It comes out pretty decent. It starts to actually smell not too bad as the fat kind of drips off them a little bit. It looks pretty good.
Can I season them with mushrooms from the swamp if I find any?
Sure, make a check.
16 out of 20.
Okay. You do find a few mushrooms around there. They look decent to you. They don't look like the ones that were in Mosswood. They just seem like mushrooms off the side underneath a trunk of a tree.
Are
You grab them
they
and-
going to be poisonous?
You don't know. He picked them up. He just put the mushrooms on the snakes.
On all the snakes?
Yes.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Every single one.
So you cooked all 5.
All been seasoned.
As you finish them up, you burn them a little bit just to make sure they're good and clean. You guys have them all. Seems like it tastes pretty good. You can see Current when you hand him his. He's a little apprehensive at the notion of the snake, but
Come on, eat them, you puss.
He takes a few pieces off, and
You can choke your way past the fact that it's a snake. You know, it might be alright. Who knows?
it's food. I'll let you keep it though for a bit. And he pulls out some rations that he has and just has that.
Do I have rations?
Yeah, you guys would have 5 days of rations. Yeah.
I might play it safe and just have a ration instead of
Okay.
a snake.
So you just see Gilbert there chowing down on his homemade snakes. He seems very happy with them as you have a few like beef jerky strips and granola packs. Nothing too majorly tasty, but it's sustenance enough. Gilbert,
Yes?
just make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fantastic. That would be a 14.
14. The mushrooms add a very nice flavor to this fatty meat. You can feel it kind of warm you up a little bit more than you were expecting, but you feel like it was pretty good.
Oh, good.
Seems filling.
Saved the throw.
Nice.
So over the next about hour or so, hour and a half to get this all done, you guys now finish your food and you set out for the rest of the journey, or are you waiting for the rain to finish?
I'm going to wait for the rain.
Did it let up a little bit while we were
No,
eating?
it's still been pouring and pouring.
Okay. What?
So?
Do I have anything to, like... Is there any, like, big leaves or anything that you can kind of sort of fashion to stop the rain?
Yeah, you can find some ferns.
Kind of like a makeshift umbrella of sorts?
Yeah, sure. What would that be? That would be a... Roll a d20 for me and just add your dexterity to it.
That'd be a 7 total.
7 total. You managed to take some of the sticks around you, the cattails, those type of thing, and wrap it around, tie it up. Makes a very nice fedora type hat, and have it, and looks pretty good to you.
All right, I'll see how this works.
Okay, so you guys are heading out, or
I guess if he's going to head out, then I'll follow.
okay,
I was just going to wait till the rain stopped, but if
well.
he's going to keep going, then I'll just follow.
okay.
I mean, we're already kind of wet right as it is, so... Well, what does Current think? What do you want to do?
Little rain never hurt me, but it's up to you guys. You guys know a lot more about nature than I do. All right, onward.
Just make sure we keep warm. I wouldn't want to get hypothermia.
Okay. So as you guys continue on, about 5 minutes into the trail, Gilbert, as you're ahead, kind of keeping an eye out through the heavy rain, you all of a sudden hear your half-elf friend go, "Ah, damn it!" as his hat falls apart and filling with water just sprayed him down with water, trying to keep it off, but it didn't quite hold.
Well,
Turns out, random arts and crafts aren't your strong suit, unfortunately.
not really.
I cast my cantrip of minor illusion to make a slight L above his forehead.
I
Very
flip
nice.
you off with my mage hand.
See, right in front of you, a spectral mage hand giving you the finger. So as you guys continue on through, you can feel the wet is not letting up. The rain is starting to fill up. The trail is starting to get slightly muddy. You guys are starting to get chilled to the bone. Like, it is cold.
Yeah.
And you can't quite get all that wetness out of your leathers and your boots, and it's just filling up with this damp chill. But you guys continue on for another few hours. It slows you down a little bit, but not too bad. You keep up pace, and you're probably, from what you've heard from the villagers, you're probably about at the halfway point out of the swamp. So you can probably, at around 6 or 7 p.m., you guys finally manage to figure out to camp or not to camp as you get the halfway to the point out of the swamp.
Right. Is there anything around us that we could do the same thing, make sort of a shelter?
Yep.
Or like,
This, as you kept,
What time of day is it again?
about 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'd say let's set up camp.
yeah.
You guys, as you were noticing as you travel through, the murky swamp is still heavily there, but the trees are a lot smaller. There's more of them spread out. The canopy is still very thick, but they're a lot narrower. They're only 2 or 3 feet in diameter compared to the massive 15 to 50 feet
Right.
diameter of the other trees. So there's plenty more around you, just not as big. But you could take a few saplings and cover it up. And
Yeah.
the only problem is the ground pretty much is all sopping
Just
wet.
completely soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I am going to see if I can find any animals again.
Okay, make a survival check.
6.
6. You find a few bugs. You swat a few mosquitoes away. You do see one frog just kind of ribbit away from you. But nothing else catches your eye. The rain's pretty heavy and the sun's getting pretty dark.
Fantastic. I guess I make my way back to Bugby over here at camp.
Okay.
Is, like, around the trees kind of a little bit drier, or are they just completely soaked? Like, around the bases?
you notice that all the rain, because the ground is so saturated with water normally, it just fills up and then starts flowing away. So all the trees are almost having like 2 or 3 inches of water almost flooding through it. The ground is pretty much just sloshing through this thick, wet mud.
Okay. Are there any, like, big trees sort of thing that you can sit on some branches?
Most of the trees are about 1 foot to 3 feet in diameter, so they would be able to hold a person or two.
Alright. I don't know. Try to climb up a tree.
Sure.
You can hold a fire in your hand without burning yourself, so we can have a fire at least.
You expect me
Yes.
to hold my hand out like this
I do.
for hours on end?
Well, you don't have to hold your hand. You can sit on your lap. You're still not going to catch fire. As long as you just hold a fire there. We're not going to burn a tree down that we're sleeping in, or sitting in at least.
I suppose. We'll try it, I guess.
We can see what happens. I mean, it's better than sitting in the water, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys climb a tree. Seems suitable. There's a few branches you can sit upright, kind of leaning in the nook of the split of a tree. It's pretty simple for everybody to get up. You can see Current has a bit of a struggle to climb a tree because he's in heavy plate armor.
Sorry, Current, with your armor.
But he's pretty strong, and he manages to get himself up. And as he gets up to one branch, he actually...
Oh, he'll break a branch.
He almost slips, but he manages to catch himself off the edge of the branch, holding himself up by both his hands, and slowly pulling himself up, sitting there and setting his shield against the tree.
I'll
Take
try
a
to
breath.
reach down and
And as you do, he's
his
like,
shoulder or something, try to help.
you saw nothing.
All
He
right.
just puts his shield over top of his head, sets it, and jams it into the tree, and sits underneath there with a nice covering above his head.
Nice.
And as he sits there, you can see another flash of bright white light, and then soft snoring within a few minutes.
Was the flash lightning? Or was... What?
You saw, as he put his shield in, because
Yeah.
you're above him, right?
Yeah.
You see him jam the shield there, sit underneath the shield in the nook, and then a pulse of light comes from underneath the shield.
Yeah.
Is anybody keeping watch? Or are you guys just all having...
I'm just sitting on a branch with the fire in my hand.
Okay.
I'll keep watch then, I guess.
Okay, you'll keep the... For how long?
I don't know, a couple hours.
Okay.
Can I read my book while I'm keeping watch? Or
Yeah, and you have some items that you never really figured out what they were.
yeah,
You can spend some time if you want to do that.
I'll do that while I'm keeping watch.
Okay, so while Gilbert is holding his hand out, eventually his eyes lower, and all of a sudden the flame flickers out, and he's sitting on the branch, dozed off, while you were sitting in the tree nook, sitting there trying to keep an eye out, and then take out your book and start focusing
as long
what
as
you
my
have
book doesn't get soaked
and some
in the
items.
rain.
You do notice that the water is hitting the book, but it almost evaporates immediately.
Ah, good.
No staining from the pages whatsoever. As you are looking through the items you picked up, you look through one of the long cylindrical tube that you found in the goblin hideout that had a roll of paper in it. You do find exactly what's in there as you spend a little bit of time with it. You also found, with that one potion that was there, the potion that had its layers separated into the brown, silver, gray layers, like band of a stone type looking. And when you shook it, there was no change in it. It looked like almost a liquid stone with layers in it.
Cool.
You figured out that potion is what it is. Then you took out, after about the 20th minute, or about half an hour of spending time with these items, then you finally bring out of your bag of holding this decently large, 1.5 foot long metallic iron rod with a dull white gem on the very top of it, with iron chains melded and fused into the handle of this rod, spiraling up to the top. And at the bottom, there's another white gem, smaller than the one at the top. And you discern the magical enchantments of that one.
So many things.
I only have a jug and a sword.
Nice.
So here's a question for the DM.
Yes.
Do you have two cantrips going at the same time, or would you have to cancel one before activating the other?
Is your flame hand a concentration spell?
That is a good... produce flames... where would it say that?
Can I see the card?
Sure. Oops. Saturdays, I tell ya.
I know how it goes. The duration is 10 minutes, not concentration. So yeah, you can have that up for 10 minutes.
Go beans. Well,
so what else are you trying to cast?
So I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. And it says you can create a sound and the volume can range from whisper to a scream.
Yep.
And I'm going, and it also says I can have it as somebody else's voice.
Yep.
So I'm going to make it sound like our friend Current screams penis in Alexander's ear.
So as you are studying
Way to go.
Carefully, you're not paying attention because you're focusing a lot on these items and the scrolls and the books, and you're in deep meditative thought. And as you're there, you don't notice that the druid with his fire there is awake. You don't notice that he looks at you. As you're studying the rod, you all of a sudden hear in a very deep, resounding, authoritative voice, "Beat in the side of your ear, and you're almost shooken from it. Make a wisdom saving throw. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know where that went. Got 16 total.
16 total.
Yep.
You manage to keep yourself stable and not fall out of the tree as you quickly realize the arcane ability and signature. As you glance around, you look, and you see a small gnome asleep, sitting, apparently.
Way to go.
So,
way to go.
After you finish studying that, you have your scrolls. You look in your book a little bit more, kind of reading up, figuring out what spells you have. You continue on through the night, and it seems fairly quiet. The rain is deafeningly loud, so you can't hear if anybody was walking around you or what was happening. Mm-hmm. Just make a perception check.
Perception be 16.
16.
Yeah.
You don't notice too much. It's just rain, heavy fall through the rain. You just keep reading through your books, studying a little bit more, thinking about the area. Even try to remember what type of animals or what Farren is like, that type of thing. You're going over your notes, trying to figure it out. But over the night, the time passes, and you gradually start getting heavy-eyed yourself, and you decide it's the end of your shift.
Yeah. We'll wake up this little guy.
Okay. You wake up to the gnome sitting on the branch, and you go, and what are you doing?
Kind of like poke him. Wake up. It's your turn to take watch.
Mom, 5 more minutes.
No, you're gonna wake up now.
Mom, no.
He's still half asleep sitting on the tree there.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna tie my rope around him.
Okay.
And to the branch underneath of him.
Yeah.
And then knock him off.
Okay, Gilbert, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
15. Or no. That'd be 17 and 6.
6. Mom, don't worry. Smack! You fall off the tree with a sickening snap of the rope. The rope almost unbinds, twisting from one of the things, and starts spinning you as you start tumbling down to the ground about 10 or 15 feet, slowly descending as you face plant right into the mud and water.
That went down a lot further than I wanted it to.
Woken up suddenly by it in the soaking wet mud. And then, as you hear from the top of the tree,
I'll pull him back up.
The rope is frayed. It almost snapped.
I didn't want to knock you down that far. I just wanted you down like a couple feet.
I will cast Thunderwave.
Thunderwave?
Oh, that's
Yes.
a bad idea.
What's the range on it?
Sell 15-foot cone.
15. cell 15 foot around yourself. He was about 15 feet up, so you'd have to climb up the tree a little bit to actually hit him. But you could definitely do it there if you wanted to.
Oh, well.
It's underneath of me.
All right, you do Thunder Wave. Just boom, and you can see in the darkness, you see the water just part in this wall of force pushing the water away. The raindrops themselves spray up towards you.
There's just a little bubble of clean air.
Making a divot into the ground and shaking the tree. You can see Kurt all of a sudden wake up and... Damn it. And goes back to sleep. Gilbert, make a perception check.
20 total.
20 total. You hear a slight bit of movement around the area as it faintly quiets and disappears.
I'm sorry, man. Come climb back up the tree. that was my bad.
I'll attempt to try and climb up the tree.
Oh, that's no problem. You made it up there before. You've climbed trees before. It's not too big of a deal for you. You get back up with this rope around your waist, half frayed, and you get back up and you give Alexander a very, very dirty look.
I use minor illusion and put a penis in front of his face.
And you just see this big old this big old dingus dangus.
You just got a thing on for dick tonight. We cool, right?
Maybe.
We'll
see in the morning.
As the time passes,
right.
you take your watch. Anything you want to do during your watch? Or
I will definitely keep alert for that sound again.
Okay.
And if it comes back, then...
Okay, so you're just focusing on anything around you?
Yeah, like keeping alert, doing what I'm supposed to be. Like someone who can't roll.
Make a perception check.
Another one?
Yeah.
I was rolling just fine.
24.
24. It seems very quiet around the area other than the pounding rain that doesn't seem to let up at all. You don't hear any other sounds around you other than faint snoring from below you. And a few raindrops hit your tree and your branch. That's about it. So, as you keeping an eye out for everything, it seems to go quietly as time passes. Nothing happens. You, around 3 or 4 a.m., start to get a little bit tired. You feel like your shift is starting to come down.
I call upon Kurt to...
He's about 2 branches below you. Just a little bit below, so you just want to... What do you want to do?
Well, I can use minor illusion to create the sound in his ear. I'll have some sort of a ringing noise.
Okay, so you start creating an alarm bell beside his head?
Basically.
Okay, you hear all of a sudden...
It's your,
what is it?
Your turn for a watch there, Current.
Fair enough. And he just sits up against the branch and... You're good, you can take your rest.
Trip.
He sits there on the ledge and you fall asleep. Alright, just a quick break here again. I want to thank Syrinscape once again, for the awesome sound effects as we played. We had the rainfall in this episode, and that made it a lot more memorable of how the cold and the rain and the dreariness came up. And it's really pretty intense when you're playing the game. So if you want to check them out, they're at Syrinscape.com, and they have everything that you need for setting up an ambient, immersive experience as a dungeon master or a player. So check them out. They're pretty good. I also just want to say thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it a lot, and if you have any friends that might be interested in the show or just anything like that, let them know about it. We have been getting better, I think, in my opinion, but that is entirely subjective to myself. But hopefully as we get more episodes further in, we'll get better and better and get some feedback from you guys so we can understand how to get better and to make a better show. But thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Let us know if we're doing good, if we're doing bad. We'd really appreciate it. But we'll get back to it, so enjoy the rest of the episode. You guys both wake up in the morning. It is still pouring rain. Not much has changed. You guys stayed dry most of the night, and you don't feel too wet from it, but it's very dreary and very just gloomy as you guys wake up. The ground itself is now saturated. There's about 3 inches of water almost everywhere along the swamp floor. And you can see Current there.
Can we still see the trail?
Yeah, you can see the trail because most of the water is flowing down the trail.
Okay.
So it makes it pretty easy to see.
Okay.
The paladin below you is sitting there and waiting patiently. His full armor get up. You can see his hair is a little bit more wet now, and he looks determined.
How's it going, Kurt?
Very wet.
Yep.
That's what my girlfriend said.
He looks at you. I'm sure. Are you guys ready for the trail?
Ready when you are.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, so you guys set up. Who wants the lead?
We'll let Current take the lead.
Okay.
I'm still waking up.
Okay, I'll go like second behind him then.
Okay. As you could just disembark from the tree and you kind of look around, you do see, you notice, because you were a little unwary about the sounds you heard. You remembered where they came from. So you look around a little bit, Gilbert, and in that area, you noticed a footprint.
Oh. Do I know what the footprint is from?
Make a nature check.
Ooh, 22 total.
22.
Nice.
I get to know what it is.
You put your hand against the footprint, just because, I mean, who doesn't do that?
Yep.
And as you do that, because your hand is only about 3 inches maximum, it looks like about 8 times bigger than that.
Oh, dang.
With claws at the end, a large palm, 5 individual fingers, very massive footprint. Almost, you can only see it because it's a little bit higher than the rest in the soft ground, where the rest of it has been washed away. You see this one footprint in the area, and it looks very, very familiar to a creature that you have not seen yet, but you heard about. A beast-type animal, very similar to your own brown bear.
And I see him doing this, putting his hand in the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, can I make like a history check to see, or some sort of a check to see if I can know what that animal is?
Sure.
Because, I mean, I see him looking at something.
You notice him pointed down, and you can see.
I
this
put my
thing
hand
different.
in the dirt. Of course, you're gonna notice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. It'd be a nature check.
Nature?
Oh wait, that would be history.
History. Okay. 18.
18. You know, in wooded areas or wilds, from your studies, black bears, brown bears, they don't usually stay in the swamp. There's only a very few amount of bears that it could possibly be. There's dire bears, which are massive, massive bears, twice the size of a grizzly bear. Huge. But this paw print doesn't seem quite like that, but it could be, like maybe a smaller one. Given the fact that it's in a swamp, it's a little strange. But you do know a very famous bear in the area that are known for their ferocity and destructive behaviors, their aggression towards invaders around them. And as this thought comes to you, you kind of look around where he's searching for his footprint, and you both come to the notice of a small-ish feather. It's about 4 feet long, a dark black and gray feather that seems to be where these tracks led off to, or you can imagine to. Stuck sopping wet in the water. And you start to realize this may be an owl bear.
Ooh. Owl bear.
Can I like sneak up without, or see if there's anything around me? Because I want to try and go grab the feather.
Oh yeah, no, the feather's only like 2 or 3 feet away from where you're
okay.
Yeah, so you can go up and pick the feather. It's about 4 or 5 inches long, with the gray and black just sopping wet. It looks like it was just a loose feather that came off when it was running away.
Okay. I'll go inform Current that...
Okay. You see Current a little bit start of the trail, just having his shield over his head, sort of to the side, and kind of just waiting for you guys. You walk up to him.
Found some tracks back there. They're pretty decent size, and a feather, and I'm assuming me and Gilbert are thinking it's could be something like an owl bear. If you ever
You can see his face kind of... There's a
heard anything
a
like
very
that?
stoic face to his. He has seen a lot of shit. There's a little bit of a quiver of... They're dangerous animals.
We
You
should
best keep
probably head out
away.
of here then.
Yes. They've been known to stalk. Keep an eye out, everyone,
Yep.
as we go. We don't want to fight one.
No, let's
Let's
get
keep
out of
going.
here.
So you guys start heading out.
Yeah.
Current in the lead, keeping a very sharp eye out through the heavy rainfall. As you guys never got a chance to fully warm up. You were in the tree there. You had your own produced flame, but it was still cold and damp. You guys are getting quite a bit more soaked and tired and heavy, and everything is sloshing and painful. Your pants are soaked, and it's just uncomfortable. And you're starting to get very, very cold. But you continue on through to the halfway point of the day, getting further on, and you're almost to the point of exhaustion from this cold when Current stops. And he just stares out into the distance and puts his hand back to you in a hold motion.
Is
Keep
everything
looking.
all right? Is everything all right? You see something?
Keep quiet.
I
Sharp
look,
eyes.
I look in the area.
Do you see? Roll a perception check.
20 total.
20 total. You see in some of the trees, as the trees are getting more dense and thinner as you go out, the muddy area, you can tell, wouldn't be as muddy if it wasn't for this rain. You can look and see, and under a small, almost pine tree, which are just very few sporadic around, you see some shapes underneath the tree. They look familiar to you guys, and you, because you're very keen vision, through the rainfall, you can see there is humanoid but tiny creatures, very similar to the ones that you've slain. These are goblins in this tree. From what you can tell, you're about probably 80 feet, 100 feet away from these guys. It's very hard to tell, but your keen eyes can just see that movement as they're under this tree. You can't tell the numbers, you can't tell what they're doing, but you do see them, and they have no idea you're near.
Should we,
There's goblins. 80
Goblins.
feet out.
let's try and avoid them and sneak off to the side without being detected.
Good point. Let's move a little closer, I'd say.
Circle around.
Circle around, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. You, Gilbert, keep in the lead. I'd like to see what they are doing. You'll be the best one to spot it.
Sounds good.
I'll keep your back, don't worry. So you guys carefully go around. He pushes you, Current pushes you ahead. You lead. You're the one that knows the swamp. What are you doing?
We'll get up 40 feet, then we'll jot off to the side.
Okay.
Keep following the trail real slow, like
Okay.
being as stealthy as we can.
Okay. You move up very slowly, keeping quiet. I need all of you to make a stealth check.
Ooh, 18.
18?
Yeah, I got 18 too.
18 too.
As well.
You can hear there's a slight bit of... Okay, that's good. A slight bit of rattling from Current as his armor is heavy and making some sounds, but the rain is dampening your movements. You seem very, very quiet in the area as you're slowly going. You move up closer within 40 feet. I need you to make another perception check.
Sure.
With advantage.
Oh, that was terrible. 8. And 24.
24. Because you've been with goblins and you know their area and being keen with nature, you begin to realize these goblins aren't laying an ambush. These goblins aren't ready to fight. You can see two of them are... You can see a total of about 7 or 8 of them, all hiding underneath this tree. 2 of them picking up mushrooms and berries or something underneath the tree, while the rest of the 5 of them are all around them, staring off in one direction, opposite from where you guys are. And they're just staring intently. You can see a few are shaking and scared.
They're staring at the direction that we're trying to go.
No, they're staring off a little bit further into the swamp, directly across from you guys. Like, you guys are...
Perpendicular, basically, from the path.
Yes. You can see them, they're off the path by about 10 feet to the right of the path.
Oh, and they're
and
staring
then beyond
down.
that, they're still staring down that direction.
Oh, okay.
Where you guys are off to the left of the path.
Yeah.
You can see them just staring in that direction, shaking a little bit, not paying attention to anything to you guys.
I'd say we just keep sneaking around them and...
Yeah.
Gilbert, explain to me, are they wearing any tribal tattoos, coloring? What tribe are they from? Do you know if they're from Clayton?
It's hard to tell. I'll see if I can,
Okay, investigation check.
6.
6?
Way too...
I don't see shit.
It's tough for you to tell. You don't notice... Their armor is very hide-based. Quick furs. Don't see any tattoos on them, if you can tell. Maybe there's some mud. They don't seem as well armed as the other ones you guys fought. And they seem a little bit more wild.
Well, they are definitely different from Clayton's goblins, so I think we're running into a little bit of a different bunch here.
How do you three feel? I don't mind slaying some myself, but you want to completely avoid them, or should we make contact?
I would just as soon avoid them.
Bait.
Leave them for bait?
Yeah.
Just to...
See, what I'm worried about is what they're looking at.
Yeah. That's why I'd want to just avoid them and keep going. Because whatever they're looking at was...
What I was thinking, if we can get past them, I can draw some attention to their area, possibly.
Okay. It's not a bad plan.
So then
see what they're scared of, sort of thing?
So if this potential owl bear that we see might go after them instead of us.
And we just make a run for it.
Basically, just give her shit while the owl bear's concentrated. But if it is an owl bear. If not, it'll just confuse the hell out of the goblins while we get away.
Either way is fine with me.
Yep. Let's
All right.
just...
How close do you need to be?
I believe it is 15 feet.
Within 15 feet?
But I'm just gonna think real quick here.
Do you want to go in alone, or should I follow in behind you?
I'll go in alone.
Okay.
I think we'll be okay.
You and me and Alexander will set up about 15 feet away from him.
30 feet.
You can be
It's
30
30
feet?
feet, yeah.
Okay, let's set up around 10 more feet closer. You set off what you're doing, and we'll figure out what's happening. Sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect. Alright, so you guys quickly move a little bit further down towards the trail, getting within about 30 feet. Just make a stealth check again. As you get a little bit closer.
20 total.
20, what'd you get?
15.
15? Current had a 12. You get very close to it, and you see one of the goblins twitch, as you can hear a slight little rattle as you knock into Current with that wand on your side. You just, oh crap. You just kind of hit under his shield, and one goblin just glances off to you, eyes go wide, and looks at you, and puts his hand up against his lips and goes,
The goblin looks at us?
yeah, and then immediately turns his focus on the
Do
other.
I notice that?
Oh yeah, you see it very clear.
Okay. Well,
He doesn't look at you. He looks at Current and Alexander. He goes,
well, as he does that, I will use my cantrip of Minor Illusion to create a sound, sort of like
They just want to live.
just a little bit of like goblin talk, I guess. Some very loud, almost like two goblins are arguing.
okay,
Sort of like right
the
on
middle
the
of
far
the-
side of the group of the goblins.
okay. So as he looks at you and he sees this very frayed goblin, you all of a sudden hear a bunch of fighting on the other side of the tree, and you can see the goblins all of a sudden immediately go tense, look at you guys, turn back around, look back at the sound, and as that happens, you can see lumbering through the area, da-doom, 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 this massive bear-like entity with flowers, or feathers, with flowers all in its hair, with feathers all across its back, up across its ears, this massive beak in its front, these wide eyes, charging in, grabbing one of the goblins and tearing it in half immediately, then looking to the others as the rest of the goblins flee as fast as they can. You can see four of the goblins, one of them shredded, four of them scatter in different areas, moving quickly away. One of the goblins runs toward you, Current and Alexander, runs right towards you and starts trying to hide behind Current. You can see, once the owlbear finishes with the other one, it's looking around, and with perception check, what is advantage on it? Keen sense, no. It turns, kind of sniffs. You can see its head kind of tilt off to the side, looking at you guys. Stares directly into the paladin's face, and starts charging off to you guys. I need you guys to roll initiative.
God damn it!
We're supposed to eat the goblins, okay?
We could have just left, but no.
Okay.
All right. What'd you get?
16.
16. Okay. What'd you get, Gilbert?
I got a 9.
9. All right.
So I done shit. What I'm kind of thinking is I can turn into the war pony, which has pretty bad hit points, but it's decent. But if you could hop on my back, I got a 60 movement speed, so I might just be able to get the hell out of there and leave Current to die.
We want Kurt to come with us. He can actually do damage.
Well, so can I once I do my B shape.
But he can do it all the time.
All right. So, as you guys notice this massive creature hauling towards you, goblins scurrying up to the side, there is 3 goblins still in your view. One right behind Current by Alexander. This owlbear charging straight towards you. Gilbert off to the side, seemingly unnoticed. Alexander, you have the first initiative as this owlbear is charging towards you. What are you doing?
I am going to... How close is he?
Right now, he's probably about 15 feet away from you guys.
Oh, okay. I am going to shoot a chromatic orb at him.
Oh, very nice. All right, so you have to roll to attack.
Yep.
Adding your spell attack bonus. I'm going to say that hits.
25 total?
Yeah, 25 hits.
Wow.
Roll for damage, and what damage is it doing?
It is doing 3d8 damage.
Yep, so roll your 3d8, and what type of damage do you want? Because you can pick it, electric, fire.
That's true. I'm going to do an ice. Try and freeze him because he's running through the rain.
An ice? Okay, very
Oh,
nice.
that's slick.
8,
Ooh.
7,
Holy
15.
and 3.
18 points of damage.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's not bad, not bad.
So after spending your cold, damp night in this swamp, reading your books, you studied and learned I can do this much better. As you conjure this force of energy of ice, freezing at your hands almost from your damp clothing, as you release it, Hadouken style, it goes charging straight towards this owlbear. It almost moves off, but it catches it in its shoulder, freezing some of the feathers as they crack and fall off, revealing bare skin underneath. You can see it definitely hurt it, but it is still charging directly towards you.
Okay, can I, as a bonus action, just run?
Oh, you can use your action to run, yeah. You can,
Okay.
you can just use your movement 30 feet away.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, okay, you just charge back 30 feet away, leaving
Yep.
Kurt there with a goblin behind him.
Sorry, Kurt.
You do see the goblin look at you and has an opportunity to attack you, but doesn't.
Okay, good.
Is still very terrified and scared. That ends your turn.
Okay.
Next up, we have Gilbert.
Okay. How close is this thing to me?
To you, about... Because you would have gone off a little bit 10 feet away. It's about 15 feet away from you.
Damn.
And about 15 from Kurt.
I'm going to get like right, sort of like behind it,
Okay.
and cast a spell, Speak with Animals.
Okay. All right. So, you carefully get around, being quiet about it because you have been stealthy up to this point. It did not notice you. You go around behind it, close to its size, or close behind its side there, and you cast your spell.
Eat the goblins. The goblins taste better.
you notice a slight shudder as it stops mid-charge, looks at you, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I hope that's good. Shit. 7.
7?
Son of a bitch.
Which one's insight based off of, by the way?
Insight?
Yeah, just is it off intelligence or wisdom?
Insight is wisdom.
Wisdom, okay. So, you rolled a 7?
Yes.
Alright. You can see it hears you, looks to you. You hear. Woo, woo. No, I'm sorry. You hear in your head as it, it lunges out to try and attack you.
Son of a bitch.
It doesn't, there was a slight pause to it, but it doesn't seem like you put up much of a persuading argument. So it's, it's looking still very hostile towards you. Almost like you get the sense...
Is that a bonus action or an action? It's an action.
You get the sense it wants more of a meal than just goblins now.
Great. Fan-bloody-tastic.
Is it a concentration spell?
It is a... No, it's not a concentration.
It was just that one round. Or it lasts for a long time, isn't it?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, so you can still have it up.
So, but I can't use it again because my action's been used.
And you get the sense that because it was injured already, it wasn't very happy towards you as a group. That ends your turn. Next up is Current.
I still have a bonus action.
Oh yeah, sure. You can definitely use your bonus action.
I'm going to use my bonus action to... I don't think I can turn into an owlbear, can I?
No. It's a monstrosity.
Okay, that's unfortunate. I was wanting to do that. I'm going to stick right close to it, but try and get, behind it again.
Yeah, you're right behind it. It just kind of turned to look at you.
Okay, well then I'm just going to stay there then.
You're just going to stay there?
Yeah.
Alright. That ends your turn. Now it is Current's. Current, with his goblin behind him, looks behind him and starts charging in towards the owlbear itself. And is going to... My apologies, I'm not paying attention properly.
He's going to die. He's going to die.
He is going to make an attack with his warhammer as he pulls it out.
Ooh, warhammer.
Bringing his hammer and readies himself for straight on attack to the face of this owlbear. Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh,
and he's going to use he's going to use a second level spell slot for Divine Smite against it. So that is a total of 4d8 plus 5, 8, 11. That's not a d8. Because I was like, I got a 9. That doesn't make sense. 3, 5, 8.
Lols.
And 14 times 2 is 28, plus 4 is 32 points of damage. So as Kurt runs up, angry, bringing his shield, bringing his hammer down, you can see a crack of...
Bring the hammer down.
Yeah, you see a crack of this arcane divine energy as it smashes against the side where your frozen orb had just hit it.
Nice.
He clocks it right in the side of his shoulder, bringing it almost to its knee as it takes the force. You can see through the rain as it's pouring down this shadowy, bright dragon head pop from the area, brings it down.
Nice.
And he's ready for another battle. But he stands there ready with a slight cocky grin as he feels pretty accomplished in his damage. That ends his turn. And now it is the owlbear's. Actually, you know it's the goblin's turn. The goblin that was behind him just tears off running. And as he's running away, he does shoot one arrow at the owlbear.
Goblin was a
Hits.
smart one.
They're helping us.
Yay! Yeah! We shouldn't have killed him. Yeah!
Nice. Does 5 points of damage to the owlbear.
Wow. Strong goblin.
Little goblin's actually helping.
For once.
Alright. There's 4 points, and he just keeps running through.
Nice.
You can see there's a bit of a slight grin to his face, and you always get the realization that he's going to be telling people that he's slain an owlbear
Oh, yeah.
as he ran away. But he gets away. The owlbear now is going to attack, angry with this amount of pain and damage done to him. looking very hurt from this whole ordeal,
Nice.
is going to make his 2 attacks.
And I'm screwed.
One with his claws against Current right in front of him.
Oh,
He's going
no.
to turn around and with his beak bite onto Gilbert. So first with his claws
You're gonna be beaked,
is
boy.
17. Current just deflects it off with his shield, hammer ready, looking intent, ready to fight, not caring too much. As he brings its beak around to hit you for I rolled a 14 plus 7, so 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so 21 to hit.
So hits.
As its beak comes down, I'm not going to roll the right dice.
Very
I rolled a
low
1.
AC on this.
Oh, yes.
You take 6 points of piercing damage as the beak bites into you, tearing off a bit of your shoulder. It was a lot less painful than you thought it would be, but you can see he's a little angry still.
Now it's your turn.
Yep.
It'll
Alexander's back at the top of the round, but you do see, coming from one of the other areas, a goblin with screaming that went around one way is now screaming back towards you guys
damn it.
as another owlbear comes through off the
Son
corner
of
of
a
him,
bitch.
grabbing onto the goblin, tears him off, breaks him in half with his beak, and looks towards you guys as another one enters the fray. That is the end of the owlbear's
Son of a bitch.
turn.
God damn it.
Next up is Alexander. What are you doing?
I'm going to shoot a ray of frost
Ray of
at
Frost?
the new one that just showed up.
New owlbear. All right.
Fantastic.
Yep.
We're screwed.
All right.
A little bit.
Ray of Frost. You make a spell attack range. Yep.
Yep. Within 60 feet.
Yep.
So much cool.
That is a 14 total.
14 total. That does hit, my friend.
Sweet. Alright
Go
then.
ahead and roll damage. It's 1d8, I think.
Yep.
And it slows their movement by 10 feet.
Yeah. 5.
5 points of damage.
Alright.
All right. So, as you just finished off this orb, freezing them, you can see this owlbear coming through, just tearing apart this goblin. You quickly focus and shoot your finger out in one direction. This ray of horribly freezing energy, you can see rain droplets solidify. And as this bolt shoots through, hitting the owlbear in the shoulder again, and slowing its one arm, making it hard for it to move.
Nice.
That's your ability.
Yes.
What else would you like to do?
I can't remember. Did we ever decide if I can cast a cantrip as...
Only if it's a bonus action cantrip.
Oh, okay.
It don't say bonus action on it.
Minor illusion is a bonus action.
Yeah,
Right.
so you can make minor illusion if you want to do.
I don't know if
If he
I
has
can
that
do
cantrip.
that.
No, it's...
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like I have minor illusion.
Okay.
So... There's not much that I can really do besides move back away from him a little
Okay,
bit
so
more.
what was the range on Ray of Frost, by the way?
That is 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay, yeah, you would have been able to hit it.
Alright.
As you move farther back, you're getting about 90 feet away from the owlbear.
From the
You're
one that I
60
just hit.
You're 60 feet away from that owlbear and 60 feet away from the other owlbear. Like, they're angles across from you.
Oh, okay. So,
So how
It'd
far
be all
away
right
is he
for now.
from me then?
The one owlbear is directly
No, I mean
across from you.
Jared. Or not, sorry, not Jared.
Jared is 60 feet away from you.
Okay,
Or,
60
I mean,
feet.
Alexander is 60 feet away from you.
yeah.
Alright.
I can probably just stay where I am, I guess, for this round.
Yeah. You're very far out of the fight.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's your turn?
Yep.
Alright, Mr. Gilbert Flint.
Alright. Well, I'm going to use this spell as a second level.
Okay.
And it's a Thunder Wave.
Thunderwave.
So, like, full Hulk style from the movie The Incredible Hulk, where he brings his hand together and boom, and makes that thunder wave, and that's what I'm gonna do, but as this like 2-foot tall gnome
Okay.
against the one that's like right at me that just
Oh,
bit me.
yeah. So, as this little gnome getting bit on his arm, just feeling very pain, brings his hands together and does a massive clap. I need to make... I'm supposed 10 feet away, 15-foot cube around you. All right, so the owlbear
Cube.
and Current
Oh yeah, cube. Never mind.
is both affected by this. And what's your DC?
Oh, poor Current.
14.
14.
They
All
have
right.
to make a 14 to save.
And it's a which save is it? Should say on there.
It is a See a word.
Strength, Constitution.
Constitution.
Constitution
I
saving
should
throw?
have
Okay.
got that before.
And it was 14, you
14, yeah.
said? Okay, the owlbear fails.
Yes. Oh,
And Kurt succeeds. Very nice.
Sweet.
So as you clap your hands together, the thunderous force slams into the owlbear. Yep. Oh no, it's D8s.
Yeah,
You just
but
roll for
I
damage.
don't have to roll
No,
for a
no,
attack?
you just do it.
Oh,
and
okay.
they save against it.
Oh, 3d8s. This bear is so scared.
Yeah.
Please, like 3/8s. Please, 3/8s.
All ones.
Are you shitting me? Like
One, two,
the
three.
worst roll
1,
possible.
2, 3. All right, so a total of 6.
That was gonna be so good, and what a waste.
You can see
Could have been got all
this
ones.
owlbear, after being frozen and smashed by divine energy from behind, you clap your hands together. The force pushes the feathers off the face, breaking the beak apart of this owlbear, almost putting it into a paste jelly. As the amount of damage done beforehand, that was enough to destroy this owlbear. Tearing it apart, you can see Kurt sitting there, stabilized through the force of it, gets sprayed in this cacophonous amount of blood and gore from this owlbear. Feathers, almost like he's tar and feathered, but it's blood and feathers. He stands there with his shield against.
Is it pretty much just all over his shield, or just completely over him too?
Oh, it blows all the way around him, except for a very clean 10-foot or 15-foot cube around Gilbert, where it is almost dry from it being pushed out with this massive blood spray between it. There's only half of an owlbear body
That was
left.
fantastic.
Nasty.
That worked out so well.
Well done.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, he only had 5 hit points left. So
Nice.
that was that owl. Kurt did a lot of damage.
Yeah, he really did.
That ends that
So all I
owlbear's
have
turn.
is a bowel, or a bowel.
You have a bowel
Bowel
movement.
movement. A bonus action
Yeah,
left.
bonus action, your movement left. Yep.
I can't do any sort of an attack. I don't have anything with a bonus. Has anybody taken damage besides me?
Just you, yes.
Yeah, just
His
you.
current blocked against it.
Well, he would have taken half damage.
Oh, he would have taken half.
He
How much
would
damage was it?
3. He
Three?
would have taken
Okay.
3
Kurt takes
because
the
I rolled
damage.
6.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
So
You can see the force, one of the owlbear feathers, there's like 3 of them that just stick into his shoulder that were just behind
well,
the area.
if he took 3, then I'm not going to worry about gas and the healing words.
Yeah, no, you can see he just doesn't
At
care
that
at all.
point, I am going to like go as to my 25 feet closer towards Alexander. here.
Okay, so after just thunderclapping this bear apart, you see Kurt there standing on one knee with his shoulder against it, covered in gore. You look, there's an owlbear behind you, or to your side, and you just take off running through the mud. And that's the end of your turn. Next up, the goblins move out of the way, and they are no longer visible. The owlbear is up. He
Gets it up.
or she, it will
Yes.
it's about 30 feet away. So fully
He's been
slowed.
great one.
It can just make it up to current. Well, yeah, it can just make it up.
Poor Current.
It has 40 movement speed. You reduced it to 30,
Yeah, I
and
did.
it is 30 feet away from current. So it just gets up to him
He just
and
got the hell out of there.
launches
by
2
turning into a
attacks.
pony.
launches 2 attacks against. Oh no, I skipped Current's turn.
You did.
He did.
All right, well, Kurt is going to run up to the owlbear because that's just what the Kurt do, and he's going to make an attack against him.
F him up, Kurt!
13
Oh, I
plus
don't
7.
have that inspiration thing. Never mind.
That
I'm not gonna
hits.
say nothing.
Kurt is then going.
You go, Kurt.
Sorry for calling you cunt.
He's going to spend 1 spell slot. Oh, dang it. Oops. No, he's not going to spend his spell slot because I screwed up with his spells. He doesn't have any second level spells. My bad.
Oh.
So he's not going to spend a divine smite on this, but he does hit.
Okay.
And he's
Really, a
going to
second
do
level?
5 plus 2. He does 9 points of bludgeoning damage
Cool.
against this owlbear as he brings his hammer, hits it off, hits a very tough, sinewy shoulder of the bear. And the bear doesn't seem very phased.
Great.
And that ends Kurt's turn. Now the owlbear is going to attack him with both of his attacks, claw and beak. That is a 16 to hit, which misses, and a natural 20 for the beak.
Against who again? Kurt.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, he would have done beak and then claws. So this natural 20 on the claws, which isn't better. 5, 10, 20, 25 points of damage to Kurt. as the
Damn.
claws rake across the shield, push it down, and almost crack his forearm from the amount of pressure and pain.
Ow.
He takes quite a bit of damage from that, but is still determined
Jeez,
and standing.
Kurt.
All right.
Poor
You
bastard.
can definitely see that took a chunk out of him. And there's a little bit of blood showing now through his silver armor. But that is the end of the owlbear's turn. Next up is Alexander. What are you doing?
I am going to go for another chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb, all right.
You have to get 30
what's the
feet
range?
closer.
90 feet.
Oh, really?
Chromatic orb is 90 feet?
Oh, sweet.
Very nice.
That's fantastic.
It is.
So, roll to attack. Roll to hit.
20 total.
That hits. Roll your damage.
That is another 3d8.
3d8.
I think. Yep,
All
3d8.
right.
4,
10.
10, 17.
17 points of damage of what? Fire, thunder, electric?
Electric.
Electric?
Yeah.
All right. You summon this orb again. This time, let's not do frost. Let's do some electricity. You fire it off towards him, and it hits right into him, arcs through, almost creating static electricity through the rain, doing a whole bunch of damage. It was 17, you said?
Yep.
17 points of damage.
Wow.
You can see that it shudders across the wet fur and feathers of this owlbear, shudders and outlines and makes him a lot brighter for a half second, and then you can see a little bit of smoke rise up from him.
Yeah, getting struck by
He's not dead yet?
electricity.
Oh no, he's still angry and ready to go. That ends
It's turn.
My
your
Alexander's
turn, unless you
turn.
want to do anything else.
No, I can't really do anything else.
Okay, that ends your turn.
Yep.
Next up is Gilbert. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to use my movement to get as close to the owl bear as I can.
Okay, you have 25 movement?
Yeah.
Okay, you get about halfway between you and the bear.
So I will throw a spear at this bitch.
Alright.
Alright.
So Gilbert pulls out this spear, which to him is very long. To us, it's like about an arrow length. But he brings it out with a sharp tip to it and aims ready to throw. Roll to attack.
16.
16 hits.
Okay. And it is a d6 plus
This little arrow, he grabs it and hucks it. It runs through the rain, spiraling perfectly.
and does 7 damage.
7 damage as it jams into the shoulder of the owlbear, sticking out still in the rain.
Accomplished.
Nice. With your little arrow.
Not too bad.
So I only have 3 of those left now.
It's still in him, so if nobody breaks him, you can still probably use it.
Just gotta remember to grab it.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the end of your turn, unless you want to do anything else as a bonus action.
Is a bonus action? No, not.
All right,
not,
that
not,
ends your
not,
turn.
nothing.
Next up is Kurnt. He brings his hammer down again this time to attack him.
It's hammer time.
Unfortunately, this time the bear puts its paw up, stopping the hammer in midair, and slams it down to the ground as he brings it into the mud. Kurnt stands there still
Hammer
angry,
time.
but in a little bit of pain.
Just no luck for this guy.
He hit a crit on his first hit.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good.
I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, that ends Kurnt's turn. Because he has to use an action. Yeah, that ends his turn. Alright, next up is the owlbear.
Great.
Well, bloody fantastic!
The owlbear. The owlbear is going to take one swipe, one hit against Kurt to try and knock him back with his beak, and then is going to charge after the little gnome
So that would be Gilbert.
because it gets the sense it may have been attached to the other one that just got exploded, and seeing its mate explode, decides to attack the gnome as well. So one against Kurnt
Maybe I should
Which hits
turn into something
with a 20
some hit points.
23
Maybe.
to hit, and that hits.
Might have helped.
Maybe.
D10,
I have 15 hit points left.
Hey,
Kurt
fine.
takes 10 points of damage. You can see Kurt, after getting clawed off, almost peeling a bit of his armor off, he's starting to look pretty rough. As he's taking quite a bit in this fight. But this owlbear charges off, running past him as he just clawed him.
What do you get an attack
So,
for?
As he was clawed,
Yeah.
Kurt brings his hammer spinning around and slams it into the ass of the owlbear, which hits. And on this one is going to do a divine smite, because why not?
And the hammer gets lost up its anus.
Holy shit. Does 22 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nah.
And
There's 22 points of damage to it as it charges past him.
I feel like that would disable its movement speed.
You can see another crack of thunder and this pulse of divine energy as he smacks into the side haunches, but it's still running, just giving it more force and anger. You can see the owlbear is not happy with the situation. This little spear sticking out the side of its shoulder and just getting smacked on the ass. It charges straight towards Gilbert.
That
Plenty of movement to get there.
bald-butted bear from...
Yeah, basically. So it is going to attack you with its claws now.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
That is a 23 to hit.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Oh, okay. That's
Only like double what you have, isn't it?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
that
know
is
the funny thing?
12 points of
You got more than that.
slashing damage
Oh,
as the claws
shit.
scrape across your body. The paw itself, being the same size as you, smashes against you, hitting you very hard. That is the end of its turn. Next up is
Dang.
Alexander. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot
Don't kill it, I wanna kill it.
firebolt at it.
Firebolt. All right.
Yep.
Make an attack.
Yep.
That's cocked. Reroll it.
Okay. That is 19.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
Sweet. What is my damage? 10. 10.
Very nice. 10 points of damage to it.
Nice.
If that kills it, I'll be mad.
All right, you fire it off, this bolt, from the far edge of the corner. You just kind of point to it. You're used to this spell a lot now. You just kind of
It's my go-to.
shoots, hits off to where the spear is, and singes the feathers and the fur in that area, burning through. You can hear as it's in pain, roaring in anger. It still stands.
All right then.
Next up is Gilbert.
So my turn, I'm going to do a second level Thunder Wave again.
A second level.
But as
thunder
I
wave.
do it, instead of like the full out Hulk Thunderclap,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around and pull my pants down. Sort of like,
Oh, like you're farting, you're shitting
yeah,
yourself.
like I'm farting at it.
All right.
For the Thunder Wave.
What's your save?
14.
14.
It's got to make a 14.
It makes it with a 19.
So it takes half damage.
Takes half
then.
damage.
Your shark will.
3 4s. So that would be 6 points it takes of damage.
Takes 6 points of damage.
All right.
So as you turn around, unbuckling your pants and letting it hang out, you clearing out this area with water, pushing it further back. The owl bear is hit in the face with this mud and water. It is soaked on fire. There's a spear in it, burned, charred. It is not looking happy, but it is still standing there, bearing down on top of you.
And for my bonus action, I am going to turn into a brown bear.
Okay, so as you just boom, all of a sudden through that you enlarge into this bear, turning around and snarling at it. That ends your turn. Next up is Current, who
Nice.
is going to walk up behind the bear for you because you were that far. Kurt would be just able to get up to you.
Because it had 30 movement speed to get up to me.
Yeah, and it has 40, but Kurt only has 30. So
Well, it had 30 because Jared hit it with the ice.
no, that was before. That's only for one round.
Oh, only one round, okay.
Because it was there. Kurt would have been close. Kurt would have been able to make it. Oh no, because you ran back a bit. Then you ran forward. No, you're okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Kurt would be able to
close
make it up to him. So Kurt rushes up through the mud, bringing his hammer down. Again, that hits.
I wanted to kill it. It's my fart.
Dealing holy 14 points of damage.
It better be dead.
It is, because he brings it down, and as it's just roaring face to face with you, scarred and burned and nasty looking, he brings his hammer and just smashes the head, bringing it down silently, and there's no more movement left as it falls. Just a very subtle thump, and falling into the mud.
Well, that was a waste of a B shape.
You see now there's a snarling brown bear in front of this carcass, Kurt, bloodied and in pain, with his shield out, takes a breath, and you all kind of, as you hear a few little cheers running from the back, and there's 2 other goblins come up towards you, cheering happy faces, giving a slight smile. One comes up beside you and and it starts running towards you.
Sure we did. Good job.
You can see 3 others come running up, and they go to their torn in half friends and start looting them. Picking up their stuff off their bodies and then just kind of chucking the bodies in some of the mud. And then they come up towards where this bear is, very carefully around to where Current is. And they look up to him and, thank you. Scared them, or there was big noise and then bear attack. Not good. Thank you. You're still a bear. Kurt looks at them.
I start jumping on the closest dead bugbear, like just
jumping right in front of you, just jumping on it, pushing down on it. You can see Kurt looks at you and looks at the goblins and, very well, you're just scavengers then? Yes, we scavenge. We live in a small area. Just get berries and fruits. And Kurt looks over them, and you notice this too. They are just wearing furs. They don't have anything. They have very rudimentary weapons, just simple arrows. They seem like the hippie style of goblin, more so than the warlord style of goblin. Kurt looks over to the bear and Alexander, and what would you like to do with them?
With the bears?
You yell.
I'll just make my way
Either
over
one.
Would it be possible with me and my B shape to give them the 3 goblin arrows that I have in my inventory?
No, because currently you are a bear.
That's unfortunate.
Unless you just change
There's just a bear roaring there. I mean, you can stay a bear for however long you want, but...
Well, for an hour.
I'm going to make my way over to Current and see if he needs like a health potion or something. Or if he has his own.
He looks at you and I don't plan to be in another fight.
Alright.
But if I can heal myself, don't worry.
Okay, just checking.
Although a rest also wouldn't be a bad idea. But for now, what should we do with the bodies of these owlbears? I wouldn't mind a few feathers myself.
We'll
they're worth something occasionally.
Collect some feathers and try to get some meat and see if we can...
Sounds good to me. What about the goblins?
They're not hurting anyone.
Seems fair. Bear?
Pounce.
They just jump on, just almost like a very poorly done CPR is just bouncing on this owlbear. So you take a moment, and the goblins start to warm up to you and start to get close to the bear and just pet you a little bit.
I stop bouncing. I look back and go.
They immediately scatter, go back, and they go to the half blown up carcass. And they start scavenging some meat and arrows off them, or stuff, or feathers. Not arrows. Start getting at the feathers, and you guys now can do what you want to do with the owlbear at the moment.
How much bigger is it than me now that I'm in bear shape?
It's about another quarter size bigger than you.
Oh, so not that much difference.
No, not too much, but probably about 100, 150 pounds on top of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you want to collect?
I'll collect some feathers to see if I can sell them, and just collect some meat. And
you collect about probably 30 to 40 owlbear feathers.
Okay.
Ranging in size. You collect probably about 4 or 5 meals worth of meat.
4 or 5 or 4? Or what did you say?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, 4 is safer.
And anything else you want to get off them?
Jared wants to get them off.
Maybe some like claws or something.
For that one, roll a nature check.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and like take the beaks off as best I can.
Okay.
Like just start like clawing at the beaks.
Okay. Just make a nature check with disadvantage, or survival for you.
I got 16 total.
Natural 1. There's no sense for you rolling.
Okay. Yeah. No. You just scrape the whole face across, and I think you bury the beak somewhere. What'd you get?
I got 16 total.
16. You managed to out of the 20. Nice. Out of the 20 claws that are on this bear, you managed to get about 12 of them.
12 of the claws?
Yeah, 12 of the claws. Without the other ones kind of chipped off or broken off in the fight.
Cool.
And as you guys kind of finish that, you take a short rest. You can see Current kind of.
So with the short rest, I turn back into a regular person.
Yeah, and within this time, you you would have dug around the body. You also did find in the stomach. There was a broken goblin bow, a few leathers, and there was a small little coin pouch that had about 11 gold in it. Nothing too much, but there was a little bit in there. Not much else.
All right.
Other than once you revert into the form, you do feel a slight vibration in your scabbard, a little bit, but that's about all you feel as you come back.
I will, as we're doing our short rest, I guess I will pull out my short sword and try and practice swordy things with it.
What are you practicing on?
Well, just regular swordy things
Just in the air?
Different attacks. Oh yeah, attacking trees, attacking bushes.
Okay.
Just air swording and
all right, roll a d20 for sword play.
Stabbing around.
Yeah, regular practice with my sword. Ooh, I got a 19.
19. It looks like he knows what he's doing, but he does kind of fumble with it a little bit, and there's some definitely technique, but it's coming along.
Nice.
You can feel in your hand as you're doing this. In the back of your head, you feel enough practice. Need killing. That's all. And just a very, very long. And that's where we'll take a break.